and 95.3 FM, W237BD Boca Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
Taking over-the-counter or prescription drugs unnecessarily is a drag, whereas feeling great like you used to is the way it ought to be. Learn how to feel, function, and perform to your full health potential. Tune in to the Dr. Bob Martin Show, Sunday morning at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
Would you like to have a whiter, brighter smile? Well, you can at JJ Dental for the month of March, in-office teeth whitening for just $250. The usual cost, $600, but for the month of March, just $250. Call and schedule your appointment today. 954-463-7262. 954-463-7262. Online, jjdentalpractice.com.
Want to lower your rate and payments, get rid of mortgage insurance, or get cash out? Find out about your best refinance options by tuning into the Get Mortgage Fit radio show with Alex Michaels and Carrie Kasem, Thursday afternoons from 1 to 2, where you'll learn everything you need to know about mortgage loans, today's rates, FHA, VA, and more. Call the Get Mortgage Fit show Thursday afternoons from 1 to 2 on WNN at 800-827-RATE, 800-827-RATE, or visit them online at newamericanfunding.com, NMLS 6606.
This is Talk 1470.
Talk 1470.
WNN.
Ready, set, ride. Remember when you were a kid and riding a bike was pure fun? It's time to rediscover that carefree feeling again with a Pedigo electric bike. Pedigo is the #1 brand of electric bikes in America because with Pedigo, we put you and the customer service first. Pedigo electric bikes are universally fun for all ages. Choose to pedal for exercise or throttle for full assist. Give Pedigo Fort Lauderdale a call or stop in for a free bike ride. 954-652-1823. Come as you are and try a Pedigo today, where our motto is Hello Fun. 954-652-1823. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Hi, this is Muriel Weiner, creator of Designer Liners. Welcome to my new show, Muriel Uncluttered. It's been my experience as I go through my own life clutter that the universe will always bring me something to make a bigger mess. My vision is to bring people to this show with tools to unclutter your life and to bring you to a place of faith, not fear. If you'd like to be on my show, you can call me at 1-888-565-1470. Or you can email me at Muriel@designerliners, that's DESIGNERLINERS.com. Don't forget the S. And we're on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I believe, is March 6th. It's Tuesday night, I know that. It's 7 o'clock, and this is where I'm supposed to be. And I'm here with my friend Bennett Mostel. Bennett owns, operates, does a great job with this store, Past Perfect Consignment. So Bennett is another person in life who helps us to change our life, to grow, to rid ourselves of things that we don't need or want or don't fit anymore as we grow, as we change. And that is what Bennett does, and he does a fabulous job. He has 2 gorgeous shops, and I think I'll let Bennett tell you about his shops.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having me on.
Anytime.
Well, I operate 2 stores, one 99 Northeast Meisner Boulevard, the other one 1991 Northwest First Avenue, both in East Boca. What we do is we have a higher-end consignment store. We only take really fine furnishings, and we sell them at substantially less than what people originally paid for them. We take maybe 3 or 4% of what we see. So there are certain brands, certain of the mass merchant stuff we don't even take for resale because a lot of it's really junk. And the beautiful thing about our business, people can buy great furniture for less money than they actually buy stuff at like Rooms to Go, as an example.
Right.
Not to degrade them in any way, but We really do have great designer stuff that you can buy very inexpensively. So if you need stuff, if you need to change your look, if you need to look for one piece, two pieces, do a whole house, or even stage a house that you want to sell, we can help you in many ways, and save you a lot of money as well.
That's a great idea. Michael and I are married 8 years. In November, it'll be 9 years. And I always had an all-white apartment. And I decided I'm going to make the bedroom, I'm going to do 3 walls in brick red and 1 wall in white. And I left the painters in the apartment to do this. And as I'm coming home, I said to Michael, oh, God, I hope they didn't mess it up. And they did. All brick walls. And I said, whoa, this is a little strange. But you know what? It was different. I had changed. My life had changed. My life circumstances had changed. And I took that room and I made it into what my idea of elegant is. And not to mention the name of the store that you mentioned, that's not elegant by my standards. Just saying. And so I like the idea of change, and I like the idea of learning how to do things. And when I would shop in a store like yours, and I've been in stores like yours, I mean, obviously I'm from Manhattan, and I've seen beautiful things in museums and other people's homes, and I want them. And, you know, when you're struggling through change, which I've had to do in my life, I wanted them and I couldn't have them. And then when I was able to do it, and I did it. I mean, it's a long thing. My mother passed away, so I had furniture, and I came from a beautiful home, and blah, blah, blah. So that was all good. That being said, for entertainment, as I understand it, you have an interest in music, which is very soothing to the soul. So when you sit next to me, you should sing to me.
In public places. Or
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I have had, many years ago, I played in a rock and roll band. I think it was, in the 60s and 70s. I still hang out with some of my friends. We still play every now and then. We jam. We have a good jam night. It's always great. It's always fun. Nothing's better in the world than making music, more joyful. But I also, and I've had an interesting life, an interesting career, but I like very much what I do. I think of myself more as a curator than as a furniture salesman. I'm a treasure hunter looking for great, interesting pieces. There's really not much vanilla in my stores, whether that's good or bad. The tricky part about what I do is it's hard to have. There's no way to tell what someone's going to want, and I can't have things that just I like, because whether I have good taste or bad taste, not everybody's going to like what I like. So I have to just keep some things in stock but it's a changing environment. We don't have catalogs to order from, so we choose what we want to take. When people want to get rid of stuff in their house, we don't take everything because not everything is saleable. There are trends in furniture that change all the time. Certain things you can't give away. Today, no one wants armoires anymore because everyone has flat screen televisions and they hang them on the wall.
Right.
Purposely.
I remember buying my armoire in a shop in Manhattan, and oh my God, it was the first piece of furniture I ever bought, and I bought it. It's a shaker style, and it's this greenish, brownish thingish, and my TV fit in it, and it was perfect, and there was storage for clothing, and now it's in the corner in the office in our house, and it has, I don't know what it has in it because it's in Michael's office where I don't go. I can't.
Today would be firewood.
It is. It's kindling.
I know.
But it's beautiful.
I understand.
It is beautiful, but nothing fits in it. There's not enough storage for clothing, and a TV wouldn't fit in it that I could see at my age.
Well, they should be repurposed because a lot of the newer apartments, closet space is not so great. And so they should be made back to what they originally were with his clothing armoires.
Well, this has a rod. It has a rod, but it's not a big enough rod.
Right.
I mean,
I understand.
It's a beautiful piece. I mean, I love it. I love the color. I love the whole thing.
But tastes in furniture have changed dramatically. Antiques, which a lot of people collected forever, you almost can't give them away. Prices on really good antiques are down 80, 90%.
Think the Hummels, they're called, yeah?
Hummels, no one wants.
Really? eBay, I made money.
A long time ago.
No. In the last 2 years, we sold them.
You got very lucky because Hummels, we won't take them. Yadros, nobody wants them anymore. They used to be very collectible, worth a lot of money, but they're just no market.
I have two left. I call them Grandma and Grandpa because they look like my grandparents. I remember being a little girl, going to their apartment, and on the shelf were these two Hummel mugs. I swear to God, she was probably a Russian babushka, and he looked like my grandfather, so I called them Grandma and Grandpa. Those I kept. I kept them because I amused myself at all times.
Yeah, we've seen collections where people have 30, 40, 80 Yadros, hummus, stuff like that. It's heartbreaking because it's not worth any money. And today, even with fine china or great glass, with most kids, grandkids, they don't want it. I mean, I tell people use it, even though it's really good stuff. They paid $1,000 a place setting. Can't give it away.
Yep.
Nobody wants it. No one lives like that anymore. Well, there are some people, but very few.
I want to live like that. I like Downton Abbey. I really think that's the way to go.
Well, the next plane for London is in about, I think, 7 in the morning.
Yeah, I know, but, I thought the dining room table and the service, I mean, that's right up my alley.
I think you're living in the wrong time.
I know. And at times they've changed for me. They changed too quickly, I remember the good old days.
I remember some of those days.
All right, I don't remember all of them. I know I went to all of them. But my memory, and so there's something on Facebook, if you remember the 70s, you weren't high enough.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
That. Why don't we take a break, get started, we'll go to commercial, and then we'll come back.
Great.
Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with designer liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com.
You've been listening to Muriel Uncluttered, brought to you by Designer Liners, a wastebasket liner that will help you smile at your very own mess. Order today at 561-419-8791. Go to Amazon.com, type in Designer Liners, and you can order directly from there. Now let's get back to the program. And we're back. Now, before we go on to listen to Bennett and Bennett's ideas and his interests, because I want to know more about him, I want you to meet Designer Liners. Where's that camera? This is Designer Liners. Tonight, I brought Leopard. All right? I brought Leopard, and once again, the imprinted, and the pamphlets are on the inside, and they can be used for your business. They can be used for charitable events. They can go in stores. They can go anywhere. I actually travel with them and a wastebasket in my car. And now, Bennett, something was announced tonight, I heard.
Well, I don't. Getting off the subject of garbage bags and things like that. Gary Cohn, Trump's economic advisor, I understand resigned because he's certainly not in favor of the tariffs theoretically being imposed by the president. So I think the market's probably in for a pretty rough day tomorrow.
That's one to buy.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because I think we're in for a tough time. I mean, these are I think it's misguided. I think it's crazy. I think it's to put tariffs on our favorite trading partners. I mean, the Canadians are not the Canadians in Mexico. It's crazy. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. And the people who are going to be hurt the most are the people who could least afford it. It's misguided, and this. I think that
we got to close now. I got to call my broker. I'm very nervous. You can't talk to me about stuff like that. I have a nervous breakdown.
I only listen. It's what I think. It's my opinion. It's like I used to say. I worked on Wall Street for 40 years, and we used to say.
Where'd you work?
I worked at a bunch of firms. Had my own firm. I've taken companies public. I've traded. I've done everything.
Oh, Michael has done that, and my father was a broker.
So
they wanted me to be a broker.
I had 40 years. I quit, retired. For about 2 years, I was going crazy, doing nothing, and I lost my mind. So I'm now working harder than I ever worked. But it's like trade. Now I trade furniture instead of stocks. It's almost the same thing.
Oh, it's not quite the same thing when your future lies on it. But I find that if it's going to go down because things are so rocky, that's when you buy, and then you got to watch it. You got to buy now.
I personally don't think so. I think if you have a big portfolio, you should take out protection, buy puts, hedge your position. Somehow say hedge your portfolio.
No puts, none.
And hedge your portfolio. I think we're in for a tough time. I think interest rates are going up. I think we're in for a very, very rough time. All the investor protections have been taken away. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm going to return the shoes. Oh, my God. Lost a friend over a pair of shoes.
It's actually good for my business. It's like counter-cyclical. When people are just so flush with money, nobody wants to buy anything used. People who have a lot of money, money doesn't mean anything, so you can just buy whatever you want. It's irrelevant, and they don't care about saving a substantial amount of money. So actually, my business flourishes more when the economy is suffering a little bit. Right now, the market and the economy has been very, very strong. Tax cuts have been a big boom for corporations. They're not going to turn out to be so good for individuals. And if you live in a high-tax state, you're totally screwed. I mean, if you live in New York, you live in Westchester County, and your taxes are $35,000 on your house, and you have a mortgage, and you can only deduct $10,000. Well, that changes the value of your house and what your expenses are. It changes your income dramatically. So it didn't work out. So people living in New York, Connecticut, California, and New Jersey.
Maybe we moved just in time.
Florida's a no-tax state.
Do you want to join us?
But even so, you have a $10,000.
You could talk to Bennett and make me feel better so you don't get in trouble later.
Just be careful.
Really? Oh, my God.
It's just my opinion. Listen, you can be just as wrong as right, but it's my opinion.
Well, I think you have a little experience.
We used to say on...
well, how long will it go down for and how bad? We're not going to have 2008 again, are we?
Who knows? Who knows? You have a lot of trading today that's
gambling.
That's not 70% of the volume on the New York Stock Exchange is computer driven. So they're not human beings. And a lot of firms are spending tens of millions of dollars on artificial intelligence. What could possibly go wrong without any human being in the mix?
Right, Walgreens was even out. Oh,
so it doesn't, it's an accident. I think it's an accident waiting to happen.
I bet you're a guy who doesn't so much like the computer, or do you?
I love the no. How do you live without it?
I didn't say that.
No, it's you can find everything. You can get to know everything. It's changing the world dramatically, and it's going to continue at warp speed. I mean, you have in your cell phone as much power more power than the original UNIVAC that took up acres.
I can't believe that the stock market's going down. I'm very upset.
Don't be upset. I could be wrong. It's a longer-term view. I think we're in serious trouble. I think we have problems. I think we have an administration that doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They're crazy.
Yeah, he's got issues.
The least prepared human being ever to be the president of the United States. Horrible. With a shady background and surrounds himself with people who are shady. So I'm not optimistic. And we're going backwards and other countries are moving forward. China's going to eat our lunch. We want to save coal mines and they're investing in artificial intelligence. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
He needed the votes.
Need to vote. Yes.
He needed the votes.
People do need to vote,
Yeah, they do. Oh my!
And watch something other than Fox News because it's
I don't watch Fox News.
it's like state-run television. Oh my
What about
God, I'm going to be assassinated soon.
What about CNN?
It's a fairer view. It's still left-leaning, but still, at least you sort of get the truth. I mean, you can't get all the news out in one day, especially with this administration. I mean, they suck the oxygen out of the room every day. It's every single day since he ran for office. There's commotion, and that's all people talk about.
He's a cash broker.
You can't keep up with all the things that are going on, and there's a lot going on, and a lot of it's no good.
Why doesn't somebody tell him just to watch his mouth?
Because he he thinks he has absolute power, and he sees himself as a dictator, and I think we have a problem. It's inconceivable. I knew it was going to be bad, but I never imagined it could be this bad.
Oh my God. Jesus, this is the
I
worst.
hope I'm wrong.
I had a good couple of weeks here.
I hope I'm wrong.
It's over now.
It's not over. I hope I'm wrong.
Calling my broker.
And nothing goes in a straight line, And I pray to God that I'm wrong, but I don't think so.
No, I pray to God you're wrong.
So tell me now, with your bags, there's going to be a lot of trash.
Nobody's going to buy any
with
bags.
No. There'll be a lot of trash to throw out. You're going to need a fashionable garbage bag.
Well, actually, one of the reasons that I made these was not so much so that you could. Well, first of all, I think it's gross to put a grocery store bag in a room, in a wastebasket in a room. So, like, why would you do that?
Save money. That's the only reason people do it.
You know what? Really?
No.
It's just really in
No, it's
poor
horrible.
taste.
It's horrible.
It's in very poor taste.
And besides, the public's bags aren't big enough.
And they fall apart, and they get
leak,
holes,
and they're
and
terrible.
it's just wrong.
Just like us.
Right. These bags, if you buy a $3, I mean, I have this wastebasket
Yes.
that I was in Target, and I found it, and I paid $5 for it.
Fabulous.
And it happens to be a great basket. It's a pretty basket, but it's even prettier like this. So if you happen to have a bathroom that was done when the economy was good last
Most
week.
people do have a bathroom.
That looks pretty.
Oh, that looks
That
pretty,
was
yeah.
done last week before the market's going to crash tomorrow morning. Wow, I feel so good tonight. We'll eat home. We can.
I could be totally wrong, but I don't think so.
No, I think you just freaked me
I
out.
don't
I
know
won't
about crash,
sleep
but I
tonight.
think it's going to go down a lot.
Well, then I'll leave it.
Don't worry about it. It's up to you. It's just an opinion. We used to say on Wall Street, everyone has an opinion. They're like,
I know.
you know what?
You're not allowed on TV.
Exactly.
Radio.
Exactly. So tell me, so where are you selling your bags?
We sold the bags in Bed Bath & Beyond.
Great.
Walmart.
Great.
Didn't work out that well.
Oh,
The guy that
not
worked-
so great.
that worked with us didn't do a good job at all. What he did was he manufactured toys for babies for the bathtub,
Right.
and he went to the same buyer. Well, this is not the same buyer.
Right.
All right, so Dumber Than Dirt is his name,
Right.
and he's gone, but I have to do re-entry. We have things coming up now, and I hope, God willing, and I think eventually, if mine don't go, Glad will take it, and they'll steal it from me.
How many styles do you have? I never thought of buying styles for garbage, but that's okay. How many do you have? It's a look.
Yeah, it's pretty, and you know what? If you have to, it's gonna sound backward, but if you can only spend a little bit of money, a package of 10 is $10 retail. I mean, I'll work with wholesalers and all of that, but they're $10 retail. I don't even know how much this bottle of water is, but we're right up there. And
Did you ever think that people would pay for water when you were growing up?
no,
Inconceivable.
no,
I know. It's amazing.
no.
It's a wonder.
Well, it's ridiculous. If I don't know what happened to the water, and the water down here is just awful. Oh my God,
That's why they have bottled
it's
water.
just awful. And New York water's good,
Yep.
but these bags. I mean, you put it in a bathroom, a baby's room, an office, something like that. You spend a few dollars. They were reusable. I didn't say to put them under the sink for the eggshells.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that, and I own them. I mean, I have very many of these. So when I'm cooking and slicing and dicing, the Publix bags or wherever I live. In New York, it was Associated, Morton Williams, Food Emporium, whatever it was. Wherever I went, those bags got used. I have separate plastic bags for separate activities. Don't you?
No,
I see.
but I'm willing to learn. My eyes are always open because listen, I really believe in aesthetics, and
Right.
anything that can make a place more livable or prettier or nicer, I'm up for. It's amazing to me. Sometimes I walk in beautiful $5-6 million homes, no art on the walls.
Right.
Astounding to me.
Right.
And for the people who could really afford, even if it's not great art, nothing, amazing. No plants, no art.
Yeah.
Odd.
I was going to move down here in 2001 before I was married to my husband. I was going to be with somebody that I thought I would have been with when I was 17, and we had reunited, and I was going to live down here with him, and we came down here to make sure everything was okay. And I got in the house, and I was worried that things would be taken by the wife that were, gorgeous. There was plastic. I flew to make sure that this was all secured and beautiful and, with its rightful owner. And when I got in there, no furniture. It was being made. Which means it was probably not being made that well.
Well, having gone through a divorce myself, before I was in this business, and I've seen it so many times, people fight over furniture. They fight over belongings. It's crazy because it's borderline. After you buy it, it's worse than buying a car. The depreciation is unbelievable. So if you spend $30,000 on a couch, you still couldn't get $2,500, $3,000 for the couch, no matter what. There are very few exceptions. Some are very collectible, and certain designers from the past are collectible.
I still think Shaker's great.
Shaker today, no one's looking for.
Love it.
Some of a lot of designers worked for a company called Directional in the 80s. And a lot of those designers are very collectible today. Paul Evans, Milo Bauman, guys like that are very, very collectible today. They're worth a lot of money. But
It's a shame, isn't it?
Isn't
it a shame that all the niceties that I know I grew up with, I presume you did too, it was nice.
But good design, it doesn't matter what it is. Good design works, always looks good. There have been some great designers. Raymond Loewy was a great designer, designed everything. Designed cars, designed logos, designed dishes, he designed these streamlined trains. He did all kinds of things.
You mean, what's the name of that train now?
Bright line.
No, not the Bright Line. If you remember, if you lived up north, the Pennsylvania Railroad had these sleek engines. Those were designed by Raymond Loewy.
I didn't know that.
Studebaker Avanti was designed by Raymond Loewy.
That was a terrible
Lucky
car.
Strike.
That was a
logo.
terrible,
the Avanti was a really cool,
car.
very different, forward-looking. The Golden Hawk was designed by
No, it wasn't
Raymond
a
Loewy.
good car. It was in the car thing with
Okay.
him, and it was a terrible car.
The Shell logo was designed by Raymond Loewy, as was the
Really?
Lucky Strike logo. World Face dead now, but he was a genius designer.
I would say.
Yeah. I actually have a set of dishes that he designed. Never knew he designed a set of dishes for
Really?
Rosenthal. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, beautiful. So you live and learn. I never knew that. I knew he was a great designer. Never knew he actually did a set
What
of
about
dishes.
jewelry? Jewelry?
Not that I'm aware of, but it's possible he might have.
Jewelry is, David Webb, for example,
Yep.
did very, very well. Then he stopped. Then I think he passed away or was fired. And now
Very
he's
collectible.
starting all over again.
David Webb stuff is some of the older stuff is very collectible.
Yep.
People collect everything. Whatever you could think of, people collect.
No, I don't. I use garbage bags. I
I
throw
understand.
everything out.
That's how eBay started, actually. I don't know if you know that.
No.
The fellow who started eBay was a Pez collector.
How do you know this?
I spent a lot of time cutting school, so I learned all kinds of other things.
He's so funny.
But the guy who started eBay, which started collecting Pez, was trying to figure out a way to trade his collection of Pez dispensers.
I like
and
Pez.
that's how eBay started. Great idea.
I love Pez.
You remember all the different?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember.
eBay was a better idea than Pez, but it was
But do you remember potato bakers?
no.
You didn't have a potato baker when you
No,
were a
I
little
had
boy growing
I had
up?
a terrible childhood. I don't remember that. Terrible.
I don't believe him. We had a potato baker. And when my mother was moving from her home into assisted living, I was in the house and I'm on the phone with my brother going through things, just, taking inventory. And it's this and it's that and it's this and it's that. And I open up a cabinet and I said, oh, there's the potato baker. He goes, I want the potato baker. So I said, I want the potato baker. He says, you take that potato baker, you are toast.
I never had any interest in cooking, so I would never. That would believe me if I in a serious divorce, I would give up the potato baker.
I gave my brother the potato baker, but then I bought my
Whatever
own.
it is, I don't know.
It's a pot with a handle. It's not a pot. It goes over the burner, and it has a plate on it. On top, the flame comes up. There's a plate on top.
It's a foreign object. I would never use it. I don't cook, so I would never know. I would have no use for it.
But you would have liked it when you got home from school and your mother was baking a baked potato. It's a sentimental sort of thing.
Really, I didn't have those kind of childhood memories.
Were you a child?
No, still, still,
Still?
yeah. Still curious about everything.
Well, like what?
Everything: music, life, sports,
What
science.
kind of music?
I like rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll is here to stay.
The rock and roll is, well, not really. It's kind of dying out. All the today everyone's listening to rap, but I
Not
don't.
me.
I don't get it.
I'm a Frank girl.
I'm a rock and roller. I've always liked rock and roll. When I was young, I sang in groups long time ago.
Really?
Yes, many years ago.
Which group?
A group called The Happenings before they became popular.
The Happening.
Yeah, they had a big.
Remember that song?
They
That
had
song?
they had a big hit with "See You in September," but I left the group.
I love that. That was from camp.
I know I hated that song. That's why I left the group. I hated the song because I wanted to sing rock and roll.
I
thought
think
it
the
was
market's going up tomorrow.
not one of my better decisions, but that's okay.
You left after See You in September?
No, I left before because I hated that song. I couldn't stand it.
You could have been the lead vocal,
I wasn't. I was the bass singer in that band, in that group.
and you left. Market's going up.
Hated it.
All
Still
right.
hate it.
Now tell everybody. Anybody want to call in? You can ask Bennett questions about the stock market. I'll be up all night, and then you can call me at home. You can call us at 888-565-1470. You can ask us questions, and we'll field them. How do you like that?
Not a problem.
Not a problem. Now let's go to commercial again.
Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with designer liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com.
You've been listening to Muriel Uncluttered, brought to you by Designer Liners, a wastebasket liner that will help you smile at your very own mess. Order today at 561-419-8791. Go to Amazon.com, type in Designer Liners, and you can order directly from there. Now let's get back to the program. And we're back. Bennett reads from the bottom up like me. Do you read left to right?
No.
Okay. We have some questions here, Bennett.
So one of the questions asked was, do we have a layaway plan? No, we don't. You buy it, you take it. Sometimes we'll save it for 30 days, but that's the maximum we'll hold it for because we don't have enough room to save everything. And there was another question, what type of furniture will we consign? We want stuff that's higher quality, has to be in perfect condition, and that we think we can resell. Everyone's today is really looking for contemporary furniture, but really fine design. It could be anything. If it's an interesting piece, we'll certainly look at it. The best way is to send us pictures of what you have, and you can send them to pastperfectconsignment@gmail.com, and we will get back to you within 24 hours if we think it's something we can sell.
Okay. I tried to sell when we got down here. I insisted when I left New York on bringing my sofa. Oh, I brought the dining room table that opens up to seat 12. I brought everything that there was in the house because I needed to have my things with me, my stuff, because, childhood was difficult for me. I mean, there was bad, but there was good. There was good. So we brought it all down here, and then I called you. That's how I met you. And you said, show me pictures. So I sent you pictures. You go, no. And you hung up on me. He's not very nice.
Not true. Not true. Not
and
true.
it's very nice.
Not true.
All right. So how can we get designer liners? You can go to Amazon.com, and then in the bar, you can put in designer liners. That's DESIGNERLINERS. Don't forget the S.com. And then there are a whole bunch of, you can see all of the patterns that we have. We have polka dots, we have ginghams, we have leopards. I have toile, tattersall. I just made peace signs, but they're not out yet. They're being manufactured. What else do I have? I have paisley and I have zigzag, which they call chevron. And they can be used for, Michael worked very hard on these. By everybody, Michael's my husband. Our products where to buy. Wastebaskets.com and Amazon.com. They can be used for fundraisers. You can put your custom logo on it, and I come from the promotional advertising business. Anything that takes a logo. So all of my leads came out of Wall Street. So I don't... and you can contact me, of course, at Muriel at designerliners.com. Please don't forget the S. If you forget the S, you're going to buy the liner for a truck.
Great.
So that's how you can do all of that. And now we're going to... How was your childhood?
My childhood was interesting.
Do tell.
Oh, well, I've had, an interesting life. I've done a lot of things in my life. As I said, I was in the music business for a while. I was an actor for a while.
In what?
Tours of plays, commercials, things like that, many years ago. Early 60s. Did a play. It was actually so long ago. I did a tour of Peter Pan, and it was so long ago. Betsy Palmer starred in the show. And I can't remember the girl who ended up playing it on Broadway about 30 years later, but she played Wendy. It was, and we actually played the Coconut Grove Playhouse down here and a bunch of other places.
Do you want me to sing it to you?
No.
I can sing the whole thing.
I won't grow up.
I know the score. I know everything.
Yeah. I won't grow up. It was a great cast. It was a lot of fun.
I remember that. It was one of the first plays I ever went to.
Yep.
I remember going to Broadway.
It was so, we did a tour of about... started the Coconut Grove Playhouse. It played the Paper Mill Playhouse in New Jersey, Mineola Playhouse in Long Island. We did it in an amphitheater. And the funniest thing was the 7 Foys who did all the flying scenes.
Yeah.
They did the flying for the show. So it was great. When we did the show at the amphitheater in Washington, D.C., they had Betsy Palmer fly out over the audience. It was fabulous.
I like that.
Yeah, it was great.
I like that.
A lot of fun.
I love Broadway. I really liked it.
Actually, Sandy Duncan played it on Broadway.
It was Sandy Duncan.
Yes, and she
before
was...
that, it was Mary Martin.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. The first play I ever went to see, I think. Either that or The Sound of Music. Were they both out at the same time?
I don't remember. That I don't remember.
Well, we're not supposed to have dead time here, so...
No dead time. So let me talk to you about what kind of stuff we have.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what kind of stock to buy.
No, I don't recommend stock.
I'm stuck.
So all this is, let me tell you something about what I do, actually, how we decide what we sell. There's no logic to what people will buy. So it's really, as I said, I think of myself as a curator. Also, the difference between consignment stores and regular furniture stores is that with a furniture store, you can walk in, there are books you can order. You can't order. What you see is what you get. If someone buys it, gone. So if you go into a consignment store and you see something you like and you think the price is good, buy it. Because if someone else does, and what's amazing to us is that I can't tell you how many times with 500 items in the store, 5 people want the same thing. And I was thinking of putting sold tickets on everything because then everyone will want them. But it
funny.
happens.
Oh,
It's
you're a
astounding.
tricky little one.
It happens all the time. Someone just buys it. Oh, I wanted it. Or someone will come in and say, gee, I was here last week. Do you still have it? No, it's gone. So if you see
That's a
something,
good trick. I like that.
it's true. If you see
We
something,
ran out of designer liners.
that's right. If you see something you like, buy it because you can't. We don't order.
Well, I have to return the shoes now because of the stock market.
I understand.
Oy.
I understand. So that's what we do. And I said you should come to either one of our locations. One is right off
I've
20th
been.
Street on Northwest First. It's big. And the one on Meisner Boulevard, right in back of Casa D'Angelo. It's been there 45 years, one of the oldest consignment stores in the country.
Is it?
Yeah. It's been there 45 years. I own it for the past 13 years.
Who started it?
I have no idea, but it's
So you
been
just
there.
bought it?
Well, I bought it from the 4th or 5th owner about 13 years ago.
Oh, wow. Lucky you.
Well, when I bought it, it was it was right around the time the market was crashing. It was 2008, and
It
no
was
one
not a
really,
good
no
year.
one really wanted to open a store, and nobody wanted it. So I said, "Gee, what a perfect time to start a business."
And my father, the stockbroker, is lying in a nursing home with some neurological thing. And I walk up there and I go, Dad, get up! Get up! She says, what is it? What is it? I said, we got troubles. Oh, we have more questions. What we got?
We do have more questions.
Go ahead, Ben.
You think so? Here you go. That's for you.
It's for me.
It's for you.
Let's
People want to
see.
know how to
Do
declutter.
you think simplifying clutter and having less stuff helps unclutter your life? Yes. But I think it's the opposite way. I think first I unclutter my life, and then I get rid of the things that are no longer necessary. Or I don't purchase the want things when the market goes down. I purchase the things that I need, such as food, rent. Some other things may have to change. I don't like you tonight. Not at all. But no, I think it's the opposite. Yes. Simplifying at the end for me. I didn't gather more. I changed it, got rid of, added a husband, and that's the way I feel about it. What do you think about it? Because it has to do with you too.
I think
You go to people's homes, they have to move.
yeah,
and
something.
they've
You know,
gotta
there's
get
a very
rid of it.
the big trend today. Everything is white, chrome, silver. You know, a little stark with a splash of color. I personally love color. I have a lot of colorful art. I have colorful rugs, so I don't mind. You know, I have a purple leather sofa in my apartment.
Do you really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think everything looks very bland to me, but there's a certain cleanliness to stark white with chrome accents and maybe a painting or a splash of color with mirrors and stuff like that.
That's pretty too.
That's nice.
It's very pretty.
As long as the pieces are nicely designed.
So you like art.
I like art.
So in other
I like
words,
good design and I like good art.
You like
But
design,
it's,
but
there-
you
everyone's taste
design
is
the
different.
design with art.
But everyone's taste is different. You know what I like?
I like Rembrandt.
I like pop art.
Okay.
You know, so not everybody does. Some people like the masters, but I think, you know, people come into my store. They say, "Well, my colors are this, so I want this piece of art." I think that's ridiculous. I think good art is good art. You can put it with anything.
I like sculpture. That's why I love cars.
You can also have sculpture's great.
I love
Yeah.
sculpture.
Cars are great.
I saw a
Love cars.
Rolls Royce on 86th Street by Central Park, and as I'm approaching this silver car, the light is hitting it in such a way so that every line was perfect.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, "You love sculpture."
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. It was sitting still. It was bothering nobody, and I do. We also Dawn and Freddie have a radio program in an art gallery called the Heart of Del Rey. The Heart of Del Rey.
yeah, that's Salvatore Principe.
Let me tell you something. He's got some great pieces.
I
in
know
there.
Sal well. Salvatore's great.
Beautiful stuff. Even the jewelry that's in the jewelry
No,
case.
he's terrific.
And he's got a sculpture of a man. I want that man. No, he's this great steel gray man. with a briefcase. I think he has a brief. I made up he had a briefcase. I don't know, but that's a wonderful gallery. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's very avant-garde.
I have a few of his pieces in my store.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, sure.
Oh God! All right, shoes for art.
Shoes for it. No shoes. We don't sell clothing.
Oh my God!
So little jewelry.
Well, I lost a friend over a pair of shoes. That's why this is.
Yeah, that's one thing I never understood. Women have this insanity about shoes.
Well, this girl is insane.
I mean, guys have sneakers and shoes, but if 6, 7 pairs, that's about it. Women have hundreds. I don't get it.
I don't have hundreds of pairs of shoes.
I really don't understand it.
The story is these shoes were online, and this website came to me, and the shoes were very expensive.
Yeah.
So when I said, I'll get them, and then my size. So Michael goes to Amazon, and they were $600 cheaper on Amazon than they were on this website, which I found astounding. Then I got the shoes that hurt the going back. But that's the point is that how do you have a store selling it at that kind of a price? And I don't care about your brick and mortar. I'm just buying an item. I'm not buying stock in your store.
Well, that's part of the problems with today's commerce, because people can find almost anything. That's what happened with like Yadros or Hummels, because if you want to sell a Yadro, and you look on eBay, you'll see 10,000 of what the hell you want to sell. So you're never going to get money for it because there's always someone who just wants to get rid of it.
I think that's crazy. I mean, how did something become that expensive? I mean, that's kind of criminal to me.
People have a lot of money. They pay a lot of money for watches. They pay a lot of money for cars. People collect watches. They collect cars. They collect jewelry. They even collect furniture.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. It's unbelievable. Ralph Lauren has one of the most amazing collections of cars.
He is my favorite. But my father started when he was a young man in the textile business.
Right.
So I got one of the first
Ties?
women's shirts off Ralph's line.
He actually started selling ties.
He may have started that, but when he did his women's line, my father sends me, they're divorced by now, he sends me a package. My mother says, open the package. I open it, and there's this. She said it was a beautiful shirt, but I'm a terrible tomboy. So I looked at this, and I said, well, what did he send me that for? Mm-hmm. And she said, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, my God, blah, blah, blah. And I like his style.
Yeah, no,
but I like Helmut Lang, too.
They're totally different. One's very conservative. One's a little very edgy. So, I think he has great lines, great stuff. Some years better than others, but great designer.
Yeah, but he sold himself out. Now everything is, $39 from Ralph.
Not really.
He should have kept it couture.
No. I don't think so. He still has a very expensive. Some of his stuff is very expensive.
I think that's his purple line.
Purple, black, super black. Now they're doing that with cars also. I don't know.
They switched stores. I think the store on the east side of the street became the store on the west side of the street.
I'm not sure.
Or it's gone.
I'm not sure. I know he had the big townhouse on Madison Avenue, but I'm not sure he has a store in East. He has stores all over the place. But
no, but these were the stores.
Yeah.
These were his stores. He started in New York.
Possibly could have sold it, but God only knows what that building was worth.
My God, a landmark building, isn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable. Really, big money.
God, and New York, just looking at the gargoyles and looking at all the architecture, I miss that. Being down here is great. It's fun. I call it Camp Boca. But being in New York is just, it's just, it was. I mean, it's trashed now. Maybe it'll get untrashed.
I don't know about that, but check the weather forecast. You may not want to be there 3 days from now.
You know what? So it snows. All right. So it snows, you stay in. It rains, you stay in. You go out, or you wear a hat. I mean, we're really.
I was a hardcore New Yorker. I lived there most of my life. I've been here 15 years, and I'm done.
I think that I must be done, but I do recall the beauty of it. And there is nothing like flying into Manhattan. If you fly in and you're going to LaGuardia and you go around the city, think about what it must be like for a foreigner who's never seen New York to fly in and see that. And I think, I want to be that person. I want to be wowed. We call this a wow factor in the commercial designer liners is a wow factor. Manhattan is a wow factor.
It's busy. I mean, the one thing about New York, whatever you can think of that you want to do 24 hours a day, it's available.
Well, I'm not up 24 hours a day.
But no,
I
but
got
there
old.
are people, whatever it is you can think of.
But you can't trade.
Yes, you can. You can trade 24 hours a day today.
Oh, my God.
Markets are open all over the world 24 hours a day. So, as I said, there's a lot of programs that run. There's a lot of activity, morning, noon, and night. There is a market open now. Markets in Asia just opening now. So, and then it spreads around the world.
Oh, my God.
So there's always something to do to keep yourself busy.
I don't like to be that busy. That's part of my uncluttering.
There's a lot to learn about everything.
A lot of uncluttering for me is that I don't any longer need or want to be that busy, because the busier I get, the more agitated I get. And the more agitated I get, the more mistakes I can make. So I can't. I'm not wired that way. I thought I was.
I like busy.
I know. I know a lot of people like busy.
I
like it, but it lasts for a day or two, and then I crash.
I have lots of interests, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to learn. As I said, I'm a treasure hunter for my business. I love doing what I do.
Do you sleep? Are you a good sleeper?
Yes. Yeah, sleep for
That's a boy thing. Men sleep.
I sleep 5-6 hours, enough. Love what I do.
I'd be in a coma. I would absolutely be in a coma. Let's go to commercial before we come back and say goodnight to you all.
Great.
Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with designer liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags, and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com.
You've been listening to Muriel Uncluttered, brought to you by Designer Liners, a wastebasket liner that will help you smile at your very own mess. Order today at 561-419-8791. Go to Amazon.com, type in Designer Liners, and you can order directly from there. Now let's get back to the program. And we're back. What, Michael?
Yes.
I'm never going to be able to unforget it. It's like being unloved. Like you break up with somebody. I didn't unlove you. I can't live with you, but I can unlove you. Once I love, I love. That's it. May not like you very much, but I don't believe that you unlove anybody.
So tell me again, where do I get your bags? If I need some...
Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about designer liners. Designer liners can be bought at Amazon.com. Yeah. You type in, I'll spell it, DESIGNERLINERS, or wastebaskets.com, or you can go to my website, which will lead you to Amazon, or... Yeah, that's the way you should do it for right now. For right now, that's the way you should do it. Or if you meet me, I'm always happy to give away bags. All I do is give away bags. I'm giving away the store.
It's hard to make it up on volume.
Oh, you've got to see the office.
I understand.
Oh no, I'm videoing that for next week.
There you go.
And I'm going to show it. So, Bennett, tell us about your store.
And
how do
again,
we find you?
If you have great stuff that you want to sell, send us an email with pictures, pastperfectconsignment@gmail.com. You can reach us, 561-338-5656. We're open, the main store is open 7 days a week. And our new location right off 20th Street, Northwest 1st Avenue, is open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So we never sleep. We're open.
That's why I see you Sunday.
We're open 7 days a week. If you have great stuff, or if you're looking for great, interesting stuff, come see us. We have our store is really interesting, and it's always changing. So what you see one week, you may not see the next week. So there's always something new coming in.
I think
And
that
we're
sounds
curators. We
terrific.
look for great stuff.
I like that.
So come and see us.
I like that. I think
Always a
that's
good time.
great.
My staff, I have a great staff. If you need decorating help, we can do that. If you need flooring help, we can help you with that. We know where to get everything. Paying retail is crazy.
I once brought my brother a birthday gift. It came in a box. He said, she went retail.
What's bad about this business is it's almost impossible for me to buy anything retail anymore because I know what you can buy things for.
Well, I found out about those shoes.
Yeah, the shoe thing is a wonder to me.
No, seriously.
No. People wouldn't pay
happens to be a
$2,000 for
pair
a
of shoes.
or pocketbooks that
It's
are.
not $2,000, but that's not the point. If there's a $500 difference, they've got to cost $1,285 to make, and they hurt like that. I never felt any pain like that before in my life, and I've had a lot of surgery.
Did you ever think any human being would pay $200,000 for a pocketbook?
200? Well, that's their mess.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Me neither. I don't care how much money you have. I think it's crazy.
No, I couldn't be that
But I know
rich.
people that have 10 of them in 10 different colors.
But I would never. That's just not my thing.
You have to wait 2 years to get them, and it's astounding.
It's the velvet one that Lisa Vanderpump has because I watch all the Housewives. Lisa Vanderpump has. I think it's Gucci rose velvet luggage. I want that. I have nowhere to go, but I want that.
It's like a sign saying. It's like having a sign saying "Rob me."
Well, those things do happen.
Makes no sense to me.
They probably have bodyguards.
But good furniture, good art, always great.
And then you don't have to have any company.
You don't need company. I like company, but really, some of the art I've had, I've been dragging around for 30 years, 40 years, and I buy what I love, and it doesn't matter famous, not famous. If you have a good eye, you don't have to buy. I mean, it's easy if you have endless money. You can just buy any of the contemporary artists that you like.
Well,
or
seeing as
traditional. That's
tomorrow was
simple.
going to happen, I'm not going to have
But-
endless money.
Just go to local art fairs. You'll see lots of interesting stuff. You don't have to have $1 zillion to buy good art.
Okay. I think we have 2 minutes left, or
2
2 seconds. I don't know if I have 2 seconds. We have 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
All right, let's fill up 2 minutes. You want some water?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
Want an Altoid?
No, thank you. Also
What?
good to go. So again, buy bags, buy furniture.
Buy furniture, buy bags. We're trying. You know what? Truthfully, to conclude here tonight, I think that uncluttering and redoing. I don't want to call it recluttering because I know your furniture is beautiful. My bags are very pretty. They're beautiful. They're a good idea. They can help save money. You spend a little, you save a little. It's all about, you got to measure things out. I just don't go out and buy anything that I see because I don't need everything I see. There are a couple of things that I need. In South Florida, I have the sun, the surf, friends, good food,
A little music.
a little music, and I think that means we have 1 minute.
We have 1 minute to go.
We have 1 minute to go.
So I have when you come to my store, I have a little clutter because
You have my suntan oil.
because we have so much stuff in the store. So we have a lot of, we're always, sometimes the flow in is greater than the flow
Do you
out.
want me to take some of your clutter?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Come see. Really, it's an experience. It's an adventure coming to our stores. You'll see a lot of great, interesting stuff.
I'm sure I will. Based on your shirt and your style, I know that it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad that you're having fun.
So come on down.
We will come on down. That's Palisades Amusement Park.
I am
And
dating
now-
myself.
Bennett, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Please
for
come
having
back
me.
again.
It's been fun.
It's been fun for me too.
Thank you.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank you for joining me today. I hope that we've shed some light on whatever is cluttering your mind. So take a few minutes today, close your eyes, and listen to the silence. Thanks very much for joining.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.